Nobody asked for it, but I'm going to do a little tutorial on how I'm building the box that my book is going to go in. I'm probably not doing it the right way, but that's fine. Biggest measurements you need to do ahead of time is how big you want your box to be. This is 24 centimeters by 30 centimeters. And then also how big the inside needs to be. You're going to measure your book, and I would add like at least 2 millimeters on all ends. You're gonna cut out 2 pieces of Davy board. One's gonna be the bottom, one's gonna be the top, and that is going to be the size that you want your box to be. You're then going to cut out 8 pieces of Davy board, and they should be the height of what you want your box to be. So this is going to be the top length. So figure the top of the box, once this is cut out, these guys are going to go here. You're going to have your top width. I actually go a bit over on the edges, so then it just gives it more support. And then the last 2 are going to be for your bottom. You're going to have your length, right? And then for your width, you want it to be about 2 diameters of your Davy board shorter, right? So my Davy board is 3 millimeters thick. So whenever I put this together, you want it to just be a little bit shorter because remember the thickness of your length piece of Davy board. All I'm going to be doing here is gluing the lengths and widths to the base of my box. They don't need to be perfect, but as close to the edge as you can make them without any excess glue on the outside if possible. Now that I have all 4 sides glued down, I'm going to do a step that I'm not sure is necessary, but I feel like really made my box strong. This is about 40 or 60 weight grain paper, and I'm just going to kind of fold it into a little hot dog here. And what I'm gonna do is reinforce the sides. All right, that's our base. Super easy. Now we have the top part with the dimension of our book plus a couple millimeters cut out, and we have our 4 pieces. Like I said, I'm going to do these width pieces just a little bit wider so then it gives some more stability to the box. Same deal as before, I'm just going to reinforce all 4 sides with some heavyweight paper. This part feels self-explanatory, but we're just going to fit the 2 parts together, make sure everything fits well. If I need to, I can always sand things, but no, this looks pretty legit. While it's drying, I'm just going to put some heavy stuff down on top of it. At this point, I suggest getting an orbital sander and just kind of buffing out all of these inconsistencies so that whenever you wrap it, it's very smooth. Last part is going to be covering this. You're just going to get a big old piece of book cloth, velvet, whatever you're going to be using. You're going to glue your base down first. You're then going to measure out all of your corners. So just start at the edge, and then we're going to be cutting out this piece. When you get to the bottom, just stop cutting when you're maybe, I don't know, 3-4 millimeters from the corner. I'm going to connect those 2 areas that you didn't cut down to and create like a little wedge right there. Just so you can see it a bit closer, that's what I'm talking about, that little like corner there. When we glue things, you're just going to kind of tuck that little corner in so that whenever you glue it, it's covering that corner there. You're just going to glue all 4 sides. Again, when we do these long sides, you're just going to like tuck that in there so then it makes a nice little seam. Now this next bit of cutting, you're going to fold this in pretty tightly and you're going to fold this over pretty tightly. You're going to feel for where the exact middle of that inner corner is, and you're just going to mark it. You're going to take your ruler, you're going to put it right in line with that, and then right in line with the corner, and you're going to get your X-Acto blade, and you're just going to cut in a few times until those are exactly cut. And it should give you a pretty darn perfect corner that when you take these pieces off and you put them together, those are going to be seamless. Right? That makes sense? Now cutting this inner edge here, I really just kind of like push it into that seam so I know where I'm going to cut. And then that's my guideline to put that in. So then whenever we do that, it'll fold perfectly. If you did these all super well, they should be fitting in Really nice. I suggest just folding these down and checking the fit of all of them before you attempt a glue. We're just going to take a piece of cardstock and put it into the dimensions of the base here. Right, so these are my boxes. I'm just going to add some final details here. This is by far the coolest thing I have ever made. So all I did was add in this clasp detail and then some hinges in the back here, just screwed those in. Keep in mind the books are not done yet, but you can get the idea of what everything's going to look like. So you're going to open it and have, this is Carmilla and this is Dowry of Blood and it's my sapphic vampire book box. It feels amazing. It opens so well. I added these ribbons here to make it easier to pull the books in and out. This is really cool. This is definitely the coolest thing I have ever made. I'm so happy.